Hey, Shaurya here. We are back with another video. Today I have made some notes. Today we are going to talk about how modern addiction has made an average man weak. You need to understand first that we live in an addictive society. We live in an attention-driven society. If you look around the world, you see that people are addicted to something, whether it's social media, whether it's their job, whether it's their phones, whether it's anything. If you look around, you will get to know that people are addicted to something and something, and we have been programmed in such a way that we need to keep in check that we are weak. Modern society doesn't want you to be strong. If you're trying to be strong, if you're trying to be independent, if you're adopting that masculine culture, you are weak. And that's why I always say that never ever like do anything that what others want you to do. See, we have been programmed in such a manner that we always do things what others wanted to do. We never do stuff what we wanted to do. The core reason why is it like that is because we have never been raised by an actual masculine father or actual masculine archetype that we always needed, because we have been raised by our mothers, and the mothers have always told us to do this thing and do this not thing. That has been programmed in our mind, right? See, if you look at an average modern male, you will get to know that they always focus on external things. So what are external things? The money, looks, or status. They always focus on money, they always focus on looks, and they always focus on status. And it's not bad to focus on that, but it's bad when you make your whole life revolve around that only. If you revolve around that only, that's when you become weak. See, you need to understand this thing. As a man, you need to internalize some things. You need to internalize your own values. You need to internalize your own stuff, your own archetype. You have to identify yourself as who you are. As you grow older, as you grow bigger, you get to know who you are. If you're 18 years old, if you're 20 years old, 21 years old, like I'm 18 years old, I'm still discovering who I am. But if a person who is 25, 26, he also might be discovering who I am. Until it becomes like at certain point you understand that, yeah, this is I am, and I need to accept this thing. Most of the men just don't accept this thing, and they just do what other want them to do. See, and if you look at the relationship dynamics, you will get to know that men are only doing what the other women want them to do. The women tell them to do this and not this, and they do that way, and then they wonder why did she cheat on them, and then they wonder why did she left him. The reason is why, because you do not have a frame. You do not have a frame control. You do not have enough respect that you control your own frame. You do not have any kind of that standard set that I'm not going to deal with this, that I'm going to do this, because you have been programmed like that, and it's your not fault. It's completely not your fault because you've never been raised that way. So if you look around, we all have been addicted to something. All the men are addicted to porn. All the men are addicted to some stuff. They're stuck in the relationship. They're stuck there. Women are making them like their puppies, their dogs, and they're just revolving around this whole scenario, and just playing that loop. That's why I always tell you to become self-centered and put your God and your purpose on top. Whether you're 18, whether you're 25, whether you're 30, I don't care. Okay, you need to understand this thing. Your purpose, your God purpose, your own self is at the top. You need to be self-centered at some point of time, whether it's 25, 30, or you become at 19 years old, you become so self-centered within yourself that your God-given purpose and your own values are at top, that you believe that I am at the top, and you have to adopt an I don't care era at some point. Because the more emotions you deal with, the more emotions you involve in your life, the more fucked up you're going to be. See, I have been involving emotions for a very long time, and I have seen that the more I show my emotions, the more I feel my emotions, I get fucked every time. I get fucked, and you will also get fucked, because men are not programmed like that. It's okay to feel emotions, but it's not okay to overexpress them or express them every single time. You have to have self-control. You have to have self-mastery within yourself. And now if you look at the histories, in the 20-30 years of history, you will get to know that men have become even severely depressed. They have more and more anxiety. Men are dealing with so many things at the same period of time. And that's true that we have never been raised correctly. We have been raised by our moms. We have never been raised by our dad. I was also not raised by my dad. I was also raised by my mom, and she constantly told me to do this and not to do that. And that's why I have certainly adapted to this environment, and that I need to do what others tell me to do. And that's not how the world works. You need to internalize things, right? So how seriously can you now improve your life so that you are not addicted to anything, but you're addicted to your own purpose? See, you need to understand this thing. Modern women, modern men, modern women, modern society will always keep you down. They want you to see down. They don't want to go up. If you go up, they will try to get you down. They will pull you from there. They will pull you. So you need to understand that your purpose is on top, that your goal is on top, your God, your purpose, yourself, your that self centeredness is always on top. That's how you become a good man. That's how you become a rationalized, proper, a masculine archetype. Do you think that 40-50 years back, some king would be like showing emotions? He was always self-centered. Do you think why king was a king and the rest of the public was a public? What separated that king from the public was not the intellectuality. It was not the intellectual, but it was that I don't care. I am going to do, and you have to accept it, right? I'm going to do this, and you have to accept it. That mindset of I'm going to do this, and you have to accept it. That mindset keeps the other men, other women, that kings, that separates the king from the public. If you look at any dynamics, if you look at any person who have achieved self-mastery, who have achieved higher grade of success, they have that mindset. They care about themselves first. They put themselves at the top. And that's how you really become masculine. So, this is all for today. Adopt an I don't care mindset. Be self-centered. Focus on yourself. Focus on God. Remove the modern society addiction. And become purposeful in your life. Right? This is how you do it. If you like this video, please do subscribe it. And if you didn't, I don't care. Goodbye.